Today I'm talking about something that's not necessarily an issue to some people, but I'm lucky enough to be on both sides of that issue in due time that I can see it as such. And it's not so much the pricing of video games, but it's the purchasing of video games. So right now, I myself am a gamer, and I don't necessarily like going to the store wanting to buy a new game and paying $60 for it. So I'll go out of my way, go to GameStop, or go onto the internet, and I'll find a cheaper version of it because I'm not wanting to pay $60 for just a simple game. And a lot of people that nowadays feel that way. And it's just, you can go into stores like GameStop have evolved into more of a first-hand buying company, but you still have a majority of their profits being made off of their pre-owned games. Now, Walmart, Target, Kmart, stores such as that, Amazon, even for online, they're all considered to be first-hand buyers. They buy straight from like Microsoft or Sony to get their games. They in turn make it all to be $60 for a normal game, up to being the special editions for $100. And that's the average pricing for these games. You go to any game store like GameStop, you can buy a pre-owned game of the same game for maybe cheapest $40, like a week after it comes out. And as a gamer, I can see wanting to do that because I work, minimum wage, get maybe $150 a week. By the time you pay for your groceries, put gas in your car, you got maybe $60 to spend. Don't want to blow your paycheck on just one game. So it's understandable why you'd want to go to these places and then get a game for cheaper. But going to college myself to become a graphic designer for video game making. So when it comes another 5-10 years, I'll want more people to be buying them from first-hand buyers, because if people are buying from GameStop as pre-owned games, buying them off eBay as a pre-owned game, that's not money coming in to the company, so we're not making nearly as much profit, and we're not putting money in our wallets as the designers of the game. Now, people can still say that when you buy a pre-owned game, someone else bought that from another first-hand buyer, and therefore you still have money in your profit. But in reality you're not making as much money as you could have, because every purchase that is bought at a first-hand buyer is money going into your pocket, not someone else's pocket that had already bought the game, sold it to this company, and then they put it out on a shelf, and then they put money in their pocket for them buying your game through them. It's the same as, say, a painter who makes his own paintings. He can go out, he can sell 10 of one painting, and they paint it. He might sell it for like $10,000, and he'll make all the money from that. Now he could also make more of these paintings and he goes out and sell it. But these people that already own the paintings are more than likely in a couple of years probably just going to sell it also. And yeah, you can say his work's getting out by this way, which is the same with pre-owned games. You don't necessarily want it to happen that way, but you can understand it more with older games that came out maybe 5 years ago or so, because most first-hand buyers aren't going to be carrying a 5-year-old game on their things. So if someone's buying it pre-owned, that's more of an exception. But nowadays, with more of the games on demand, so-called features on the Xbox and PlayStations, where you can go onto the console and buy the game through like Microsoft, in which they own all the rights to it, then the money they make is because they bought this game from the company and they're selling it through their console. They're still a first-hand buyer, granted the game is 5 years old. So the company would still be technically making money because Microsoft bought the game off of them, instead of some random person going out 5 years ago buying this game off of them and then setting it to like GameStop. They sell it pre-owned, and then GameStop makes the profit from the game instead of that person going out and searching for this game from 5 years ago, buying it from a first-hand buyer, and then making money because they bought it from them. And it's like, you can say the same for a 5-year-old game. Maybe it's just like Walmart bought it from them, and so they already got their profit at the design company. So Walmart would just make the profit off the game. But if you have a new game, Walmart wants to buy the game off of your company, they'll buy it from your company, which is great. But if you're going out and buying the games pre-owned and not buying it new, they're not going to sell as many copies of the new one, and therefore they're not going to want to buy as many of your copies, thus making your company sell less of the copies, which is just less of an overall income. So you can say it's not a big problem, but in reality, it can be. If you're like me and you're both, before you graduate from college, you like buying games, you like playing the games, but you don't want to buy them new. But then when I graduate and I become a game designer, I'm going to want people buying new and not buying pre-owned games, so I myself can make a profit.